Arsenal are closing in on a new striker. Could Gyökeres be on his way out? United are going after Camavinga, and Zerbi looks set to pinch one of Liverpool's key men. Let's talk about a £50 million asking price and a centre-forward department that is already bursting at the seams. Sky Sports are reporting that Arsenal have actually held talks over Victor Osimhen. Now, the conversations are with Galatasaray, which makes sense because the Turkish side have been sniffing around Gabriel Martinelli. The Gunners knocked back a £38 million bid for the Brazilian and made it clear they want £50 million if he's leaving. But the Osimhen angle is the real head-scratcher. The Nigerian only joined Istanbul permanently last summer after Napoli cashed in for £64 million. He's still valued around that exact same figure on the market. So, any serious move from North London would require a colossal outlay. And you have to look at Mikel Arteta's current options and ask, where on earth does he fit? They spent serious money on Victor Gyökeres to be the main number 9. Kai Havertz is still a crucial part of the setup and remains one of the highest earners at the club. Then you have Gabriel Jesus, who they are actively trying to shift, with Napoli showing interest. Bringing Osimhen into that mix creates an absurd logjam. You simply cannot commit another top-tier transfer fee and a colossal wage packet to a striker without moving someone else on first. Selling Havertz would free up significant wages and bring in a hefty fee, but losing him so soon after his arrival, alongside Gyökeres, would be a bold strategy. Arteta might argue for tactical flexibility, perhaps playing Havertz deeper or pairing Osimhen with another forward in specific systems. But starting all three regularly is a logistical nightmare. The fact his name is even on the table makes it one of the most fascinating subplots of the window. If he actually walks through the doors at London Colney, how do you fit him in? It is a puzzle that Arteta will have to solve very quickly if this surprise move actually materializes before the window slams shut. Now, if you've made it this far without liking the video, I can only assume you're holding out for a release clause. There isn't one. Just click it and let's move on. Eduardo Camavinga was sat down by Jose Mourinho and explicitly told he is currently sitting at the very bottom of the Real Madrid midfield pecking order. According to El Nacional, Manchester United remain exceptionally keen on the Frenchman, primarily because of his versatility. He can anchor the midfield, push further forward, and has proven to be a highly capable left-back when required. He is valued at £43 million, and for good reason. He is exceptionally confident in possession, uses a sharp burst of pace to drive up the pitch, and breaks up play with accurate interceptions. Despite that blunt assessment from his manager, the 23-year-old desperately wants to stay in the Spanish capital and fight for his spot. Mourinho even gave him the full 90 minutes against Deportivo to properly evaluate him, rather than just shoving him toward the exit door. Los Blancos are not forcing him out, but they do need to trim the squad to register new additions. United would have to table a highly convincing offer to turn his head. If Mourinho leaves him out of the opening fixtures, that exclusion might finally compel the lad to consider Old Trafford. Until then, his determination to prove his worth remains the biggest obstacle. United fans will be watching his team sheet selections very closely over the next fortnight. Rodri and his family have already started packing up their Manchester home. Such is the absolute certainty within his camp that a move to Barcelona is going to happen. The midfielder has been instructed by Manchester City to report back for pre-season, but the Catalan giants have made him their absolute priority. Team Talk report that Barcelona have already seen 2 bids knocked back. They offered £38 million and then £51 million, but City are holding firm at an asking price of £68 million. The financial structure is the main sticking point. Barcelona are trying to limit the guaranteed money to fit their strict limits, while the overall package could hit that £68 million figure if various add-ons are met. Real Madrid were sniffing around, but they have completely cooled their interest once Rodri made it clear his heart is set on the Camp Nou. City have essentially told the player and his representatives that if he wants this move, they need to work with Barcelona to bridge the financial gap. The lines of communication are still very much open, and getting Rodri back to the training ground was a small victory for the club's hierarchy, who insisted he report for duty until a deal is done. He has already agreed personal terms and given his full approval, which gives Barcelona serious leverage. The aim is to get the operation completely wrapped up over the weekend or by Monday at the absolute latest. It is a frustrating situation for the player, who just wants to get on with it, but those close to the negotiations remain confident a compromise will be found. City refused to take a significant hit on their valuation, so the next few days of haggling will be crucial. Barcelona simply have to find the extra funds from somewhere, otherwise this entire operation could collapse right at the death. Liverpool have drawn a pretty firm line in the sand regarding Cody Gakpo, telling suitors they will not even entertain a departure until a suitable replacement is securely lined up. Roberto De Zerbi is desperately trying to reshape the Tottenham attack, and the Dutch winger is his primary target for the left flank, alongside Manchester City's Savinho. Florian Plettenberg at Sky Sport confirms Spurs have made concrete contact with Liverpool, and while there is no agreement yet, it is a very serious option for the player. The Merseyside club, however, are demanding offers in excess of £60 million. That kind of proper wedge would go a long way toward funding a move for PSG's Bradley Barcola, even if Liverpool are currently balking at the Parisians' eye-watering £128 million valuation. Gakpo is 27, knows the Premier League inside out, and is still under contract. Liverpool are in a position of strength and feel absolutely no pressure to accept the first substantial figure thrown their way. The player himself is reportedly open to a move to North London. If Spurs eventually push their bid past the £70 million mark and Liverpool give the green light, it hinges entirely on the Reds securing their next elite attacker first, offloading a major component of their forward line, banking a colossal fee, and reinvesting it into a younger profile to give Iraola an attack tailored to his exact tactical demands, could actually end up being one of the shrewdest bits of summer business we see. You just have to hope the scouting department has already identified that perfect replacement. The tactical blueprint from inside the Bernabeu has been leaked by Diario AS, and Jose Mourinho's plans are becoming crystal clear after they lifted the Teresa Herrera trophy. Despite his age, Bernardo Silva is being lined up as a guaranteed starter. The special one wants his compatriot sitting deep alongside Aurélien Tchouaméni. The Frenchman does the dirty work and breaks up play, leaving Bernardo to dictate the tempo and drive the ball into the final third. His main competition for that specific role is Arda Güler. Mourinho is continuing Xabi Alonso's project of molding the Turkish lad into a deep-lying playmaker. Now, Ramon Alvarez Demon claims the squad were pretty unhappy with Alonso giving Güler so much trust, so it will be interesting to see if Mourinho faces any dressing room friction over that decision. Then, you have Federico Valverde. Let's be clear, Mourinho has zero intention of playing him at right back, unless the treatment room is overflowing. Fede is a midfielder, though his exact positioning is still up in the air. In the 4-2-3-1, Jude Bellingham gets the number 10 shirt. Jose knows he can drop deep, but he wants Jude operating just outside the penalty area, making those trademark surging runs into the box where he is most dangerous. Getting the balance right is the real headache, especially with Vinicius and Kylian Mbappe up top. Yan Dumande puts a shift in, which helps, but the two superstars simply have to track back and do their defensive duties when they share the pitch. Valverde will be fighting Bellingham and Tchouaméni for those central spots, which could easily spark tension since everyone wants to be an automatic pick. But, according to El Debate, Mourinho is completely unfazed. His entire strategy relies on ruthless internal competition. Nobody is safe. Every single player has at least two direct rivals, and if you drop your standards, you are sitting on the bench. That applies to Vinicius and Mbappe just as much as the squad players. It is a bold way to drag the club back to the summit, but that is exactly how he intends to do it. He wants them fighting for every single blade of grass. And frankly, that ruthless mentality might just be what the squad needs right now.